let's make sure that you know how to find the statistics you need on your graphing calculator. The simplest way is this. Let's say we have a data list, and so I'm looking in here. Because I've been doing other things, I already have some numbers in L1, so I'm just going to use these. These, if you're interested, are the Mark McGwire home run numbers from a unit we did toward the start of the course. So it's just that list of numbers. Now let's find things out about it. Let's find mean, median, range, standard deviation, all of that good stuff. You have two choices, really. I'm going to recommend this one. Go into your stat menu. Now over to Calc, which is calculate, and choose number one, the one variable statistics. You need to tell the calculator which list you want. Don't worry about frequency lists. That's only for very special things, and then choose calculate. And right here it is. It's going to give you a lot of stuff you want and also some things that you don't want. So on the top, your X bar, there's your average. The average of the numbers in L1 was 36.4375. Sigma X and Sigma X squared, don't worry about those. Those are kind of antiquated. These next two matter. They are both standard deviations. The SX is your sample standard deviation. That's usually the one that you want. The other is sigma X, the population standard deviation. If you need that one, you will know that you're looking for that one. So when in doubt, go with the SX for your standard deviation. The N is just the size of your list. So there were 16 numbers in this list. If you now scroll down, you're going to get your 5-number summary: minimum, lower quartile, median, upper quartile, and maximum. Right there it is for you. There is another way if you want just one statistic at a time, and that's in your list menu. If I do second stat and now go over to math, you will see many of those same things here in this list. So if you just want the minimum or the maximum or the mean or the median, or this is the sample standard deviation and the sample variance. Variance is one that wasn't in that other list. So you can square the standard deviation, or you can come here and find the variance. You can pull it right out of there. Just for practice, let's do that. I'm going to choose number 8, and then I'm going to tell the calculator I want the variance in L1, and it's going to tell me, that variance is 385.9958333. In this case, the unit would be square home runs per square season. So that's why variance is a little bit tough to interpret. Lastly, if you have done your one variable stats, so I'm going to just do that one more time, show us how it's done. So calc, one variable stats, L1, calculate, it gives me this list. You now have all of these values stored as statistical variables on your calculator. If you go into your vars menu, which is short for variables, and if you go down to number 5, statistics, you're now going to see N, X bar, SX, sigma X. Because we have just done those one variable stats, the most recent values are stored as these variables. N is 16, X is the 43 point whatever number it was the average of everything. SX is the most recent sample standard deviation. Sigma X is the most recent population standard deviation. And so you can use those for things. So if I want to see what the variance is a different way, I can take my sample standard deviation, square it, and you'll look, hey, that's the exact same number we got when we calculated variance. So depending what you are doing, rather than typing out a big long number, it can save you some time if you use those variables in the statistics section in your calculations. A little bit more efficient, and it also eliminates any rounding error in case those got truncated at the end.